What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dream a Little, the podcast that's all about helping you feel confident about your ABGL side so that you can share it with your significant other. Quick shout out to Mark from Florida. Thank you so much for becoming a patron of the show. By the way, if you want to hear me get really vulnerable and share details about my ABGL relationship with TK, you've got to check out our brand new podcast called Dream a Little Bigger, co-starred with TK, of course. Every week, we're going to be releasing a new episode focused on more personal aspects of our dynamic and answering some of your biggest questions. This week, TK is reading from a journal that I kept when we first met, embarrassing as it is. I wrote about him quite a bit, and it's kind of cool to hear how our DDLG relationship started to unfold, because I actually wrote about it. The Dream a Little Bigger podcast is exclusively available on Patreon, and you can get instant access for $5 a month at patreon.com/dreamalittle. That's patreon.com/dreamalittle. And as always, I will link to that in the show notes. Today, you're in for a real treat. Our guest, John, has one of the best success stories I've ever heard when it comes to introducing ABGL. I won't spoil the fun for you, but the gist is John had never opened up to anyone about ABGL, so the thought of it made him feel really nervous. But after taking my Confidently Kinky course, he had a strategy to follow, and it actually worked out in the best way imaginable. I can't wait for you to hear all about it. If you're listening to this and you still haven't opened up to your partner about ABGL, don't worry, I've got you. Be sure to download my free guidebook, Introduction to Coming Out ABGL. I'll walk you through the whole process step by step. Okay, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's just get started. Hey, John, thank you so much for coming on Dream a Little. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Lo, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to finally get to talk to you because I've heard that you have some really great news.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to dive into that. So before we get into that, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What do you identify as? Are you more of an AB, DL, little, big, switch? Can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm 100% a switch. Like, I love playing both roles equally. It just kind of depends on my mood. Like, I'll be in like the daddy mode one day, and then like the next day I just feel like, indulging in being like the little and just acting like a little brat sometimes. Doing fun. Whatever.
That's cool. So are you have an AB side as well as a DL side?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So how old were you when you first got interested in this kind of lifestyle?
So I was about like 5, I would say. Like, I remember going over to my friend's house, and he had an older brother who was a bedwetter. So he had good nights or pull-ups or whatever they were at the time in his room, and we discovered them, and just jokingly we're like, hey, we should try these on for a joke. And like, I didn't think anything of it. Like, we were all just kind of laughing, like, yeah, haha. And I remember once we were wearing them, I was like, why? I like this. Like, this is comfortable. Like, I don't know why. I just liked it. And after after I left my friend's house, I was like, why? I want to wear that again. Like, why? I like this. Like, what is this? And that's just kind of like how it started. And I honestly forgot about it until my sister was born, and we had diapers in the house again. And so that's when I kind of like rediscovered. I'm like, okay, like I would sneak them and try to like put them on.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy that you and I have almost the exact same story of how we got involved in this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think I was the same age.
Oh yeah. Like 5 or 6, I would say. I was about like 5 or 6. And then it just kind of like it was put on hold until my sister was born. And then like Dips being in the house again, I'm like, oh, and I would just take them and try them out. It was just like, I didn't think anything of it at the time until I tried it on, and I was like, why do I like this?
I had a younger sibling at the time too, and I was a lot older, and we had diapers in the house too, but I never had the balls to steal them. Like, I could not.
Yeah.
I was curious about them, but like I could never bring myself to do it.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was caught by my parents a couple times, like, but I was 5, so
do you remember like, that, or do you just?
Oh yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah. I remember I wouldn't use them or anything. I literally would just like put them on. And I remember this one time, like I would take them off and just like put them under my bed. And one day my dad was just cleaning through my room and he's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know." And like I remember just running away and just being so embarrassed and just like nervous, like, "What? Like, oh my gosh, I got caught."
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Besides that, do you think your parents actually know anything about this or have any like hunches to it? Do they think it's actually a thing for you?
no, no, no. Like none of my family knows. They will never know. I hope to God they will never know. It's just yeah, it's just like it's a private thing. Like I would never ever tell my family or any of my friends. It's just like it's just personal with me.
I'm with you on that one until
Yeah.
recently, actually, one of my roommates found out about
Oh.
it.
Was it like awkward or was it?
Oh, I felt very awkward about it. You know, I guess she had been listening through the walls or something and overheard about my podcast and had looked it up. And so that was
I always thought about that because you said you've had roommates on your podcast, and I'm just like, I wonder if they ever hear her like recording her podcast or doing anything.
I don't know exactly how it happened, but she found out about it, and it was pretty it's awkward when you don't voluntarily give that information up, and
Yeah.
you're kind of just like someone goes around to like find out that information about you. It feels like a little violation of privacy in a way, you know?
Yeah.
So besides that, everything was fine. She ended up being somewhat accepting of it, I guess, but she's very vanilla. So it's just like, it's weird to have someone know, but like neither of us talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like now you know this very intimate thing about me, and like there's no, like, we don't do anything with that information. So it's just weird.
It's super funny that you said that because my brother, like, he doesn't know, but I remember it was in college. I was in my apartment. I had some video up, like diaper or whatever. And he came into my room and he just looked at my phone. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was either like grabbing a drink of water or something. I was just not in my room. And he's like, and I come back and he goes, "What the hell was on your phone?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, what the heck was that?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I just kind of played it off. So that was like the only moment where it was like, holy crap. But he never mentioned it ever again. It was just like one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, I wonder if he does.
John, how do you recover from something like that? How do you talk your way out of it?
It was like, I don't know.
You're like, it was clickbait and
yeah,
it's a virus on my phone.
Seriously, my heart was pounding so bad, and I just remember like having nothing to say, and I was just like, "What are you talking about?" It was nothing. Like, it was porn. It was nothing. And then like we just kind of never spoke about that again.
Okay, so maybe your brother might know.
Yeah, I mean, like if anything, he's just I'm just not even gonna. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. Your girlfriend now knows about your ABDL side, and that's kind of a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, very new.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together?
So we've been together just over 8 months now. So
okay, I think that's a really good time to open up. Was definitely before a year. You want to make sure like this person's like really, really special before you ever tell them, I feel like. So she must be a pretty special girl.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I pretty much knew I was never going to tell her unless I knew like we are super close. Like, it's honestly my dream relationship. Like we just get each other. Like I'm so close with her, and like I wanted to tell her like right away, obviously, but you just have to hold back and just like kind of get a feel for how they are. Like I think I did a pretty good job of like testing the waters and just seeing kind of like what she was into, because we didn't really get physical for a while. Like, we just kind of took some time to get to know each other and just like really build that connection, which I loved. Like, I just loved everything about that. Like, just waiting and just
so important, because you can't be having sex 24/7 with someone, you got to talk to them, right? You have to have common interests.
Yeah, we just put that on hold and just took some time to just get to know each other well and just get comfortable with each other. So yeah.
Okay, so at what point did you think, man, this girl's maybe she's the one for me and I should open up?
Yeah, I would probably say, honestly, it was after our 1 month. Like after 1 month, I dropped the L word.
Oh,
And I was like, because I felt it, like I felt it in my heart. I was like, I honestly love this girl. And it was at that moment where I'm like, okay, like I seriously, like, there's something special about this girl. Like, I need to tell her. I have to, like, I can't just hold it in. There's no way I'll go crazy.
wow. So John, you're telling me you knew around a month.
I don't know. I guess like if you know,
Right. No, I totally get that. And I believe that
Yeah.
because I feel the same way about my fiance TK. But
Yeah.
was it 7 months then that you were trying to tell her?
Oh yeah. I was such a baby, no pun intended. Like oh my gosh, so scared, but it took, I don't know, I know I had messaged you for advice, and it took you saying, like, she doesn't have to accept it. Like, all she has to do is just know about it for, like, your sanity. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, I just need to get it off my chest. Like, it's killing me inside,
And that's easier said than done as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an easy concept to understand, but actually doing it is a little different. And I heard that you ended up taking my course.
Yes.
And I feel like maybe that helped give you a little action plan for what to do.
Oh yeah, I mean, it helped a lot. Like I was sitting there taking notes. I was like, I'm ready. And it was super, super helpful. Like, just listening to it over and over again. Like, I listened to each course about twice.
Wow.
And just hearing your examples and just like different advice you would give, it just really helped me put into perspective, like, how I'm going to do it. Like, I was almost game planning while I was listening to your course. Like, I was just like thinking in my head of, like, okay, yeah, I can see myself doing that, like, with her. And just like, it just helped me kind of put a plan together.
Okay, so I want to hear all about the plan. I want to hear how it went and what the hardest part was.
Okay, so, like, at first, I really, like, I had an idea she was kinky, but it wasn't until after we were just, like, kind of, like, opening up with each other, and we were kissing and stuff, and she said, in the moment, she was like, you would think I'm a freak if you knew what I was into. And in my head, I was like, if you only knew.
She sounds fun.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, you have no idea.
Yeah, seriously. And, like, right as she said that, I was so happy and, like, so excited. And I was like, oh my gosh. Just freaking out. I'm just like, yes.
You're like finally.
This is like the first clue I needed. Like,
yeah.
So I definitely knew that she was open-minded and, like, kinky for sure. Like, I didn't know really to what extent, but I knew, like, I guess if a person says that, then like, they're probably going to be down to try some stuff, right? Maybe.
Sometimes you meet people who are like, I'm so kinky. And then, like, they don't understand what that word means, really.
Yeah. Like, like handcuffs is like the ultimate limit for them. Like, yeah.
They're like, so show me what you like. And it's like,
Yeah. But like, that was like my first clue. Like, okay, like, if she's kinky, I can do this. Like, it was almost like a relief, because, like, I didn't really know how to bring it up.
Right.
And so, like, knowing she was kinky, we had done some stuff, like, almost like baby talk, without her kind of knowing what I was doing. Like, I would just talk in, like, high-pitched voice, like, hi, baby. It's like stuff like that, Like couples, like, do, regular, normal couples. Yeah.
Like. But,
like, for me, it was something else. Like, it was, like, almost getting into that, like, daddy headspace. But, like, so I was loving that. And we got super comfortable, like, with that. And one day I just said, oh, well, we would always talk, like, when she was on her period, believe it or not, I would always say, like, you should just wear a diaper, completely joking around, just to see, like, how she would react. I would use Mother Nature to my advantage.
Okay, and how did she take that?
And at first she was like, She was like, ew, babe, that's disgusting. And I'm like, yeah.
No.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just joking. Just joking.
Totally a joke. Of
Yeah.
course I wouldn't want that. No way. Like,
Yeah. And
that's weird.
like, so I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, yeah, like, and I don't know. I would just keep on saying that just completely joking around, like not being serious at all. Like, you need a diaper. Like, I would just say like, yeah, like just, yeah, baby, honestly, just wear a diaper. It'd be so convenient while you're on your period. And she's like, I would not do that. Like, no.
And even though she said those things, you still had the courage to bring it up. Okay.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, I mean, so I would keep on saying that, right? I just kept on saying that, joking around. And then I remember one day she's like, do you have a diaper fetish?
Oh my
And
God.
literally my heart was just pounding out of my chest. I was like, no, but I was just like, no. And
Oh
I
no.
was just like, yeah, but you would just look really cute in one, I think. Just joking. And then that kind of progressed to one day I just straight up, like I just built the courage, and I was like, I think it'd be really sexy if you called me daddy. Just to see how she would react. And she started laughing, and she's like, yeah, like I like that too.
Ooh.
She's like, okay, dad. And then like right away she's like, okay, daddy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
You're like, yes.
I was loving it. So I was testing the waters, and everything was like positive, she was, I mean, except for the whole like period diaper thing, but that.
Right, but she also probably thought you were actually joking.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she was thinking you were being serious if you were saying it in a joking way. Yeah.
So that just kind of built towards like us kind of role playing like daddy stuff, like, and it was great. Like I was loving where I was at, but I knew I needed to take that next step and actually just tell her. So I'd say for about like almost 2 weeks, I had like on my notes on my phone, I'm just like typing out what I'm going to say. I tweaked it for like a week, and I was saying it like out loud in my car. I was just practicing, like, oh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And one day we were just hanging out in her basement watching a movie, and like in my head I was just like, screw it, I have to tell her. And so I just told her. I was like, do you know how I would always joke around about like saying you would look cute in a diaper? Well, I actually think you would. And she just starts laughing, and she's like, I knew it. She's like, I knew it. And I was like, what? And she's like, I knew you like that. I was like, are you serious? Like, that's something that like everyone in the community dreams of, having their partner react, like just saying like, I knew it.
But in a playful, nice way, right?
Yeah,
not like, I knew it.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was like a like laughing, like playful, like I knew it.
Wow.
And I was like, are you serious? And then I just kind of finished everything, like just kind of telling her kind of all about it. And then in that night, like I showed her your blog, showed her some pictures, just like, and right away, and she's like, that's super cute. Like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
And just in my head, I'm like, is this real life? Are you serious right now? Like literally my dream girl, my girlfriend who I love, I told her this, and she likes it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was freaking out, like on the inside though. I was acting all calm.
You're acting all cool. Like, it's no big deal. It's really no big deal. Just this little kink I have. It's no big deal.
And yeah, so me opening up to her turned into just like a therapy session. We like just opened up with each other, and it was like like I almost started crying. I was so happy. That's good.
Tears of joy are good.
Yeah. And she opened up to me about stuff, and it was almost like a well needed just like therapy session. And it was a great night. And just like, I will always remember that night, because I was, my gosh, coming to her house, like my hand was shaking, like grabbing the doorknob. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, she's the first person you've ever told, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's the scariest part, is just having no idea how they'll react.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I seriously couldn't have I couldn't have drawn up a better reaction. Like, because my whole life, I was so nervous, like, oh my gosh, like, how am I ever going to tell my girlfriend, my future girlfriend this? Like, what the heck? And once I actually did it, it was just the biggest weight off my shoulders. Like, I felt so good.
It's the best feeling in the world. I don't think there's a better feeling than to be with someone who knows every single thing about you, even something you might consider a flaw to some people.
Yeah.
And they go, I see you and I still love you. And I, not only do I love you, but I'm going to like actually embrace this part of you. And I'm going to try it.
Yeah. And that's the one thing, like once she said that, that's when I started getting emotional. Like, she was just saying, like, I love you no matter what. Like, I love you so much. If this makes you happy, then I'm all for it. Like, I will do anything to make you happy. And I was just like, just so relieved, and just, I was so happy.
That's why I honestly believe if someone is with you for the right reasons and you bring it up in a confident way, they're going to at least accept this part of you, if not at least try it for once.
Oh,
yeah. You know? So have you guys...
And like, oh, sorry. Like, I was just going to say the one main thing that I did, like, I just kept on stressing, was that, like, you don't have to try it if you don't want to. Like, I just wanted to let you know, like, this is what I like.
Yes.
And I just kept on saying that, like, you don't have to try it. Like, if you're not comfortable, like, I'm not going to make you do anything. I just want to let you know that this is what I like. And I just needed to tell you.
And it really, I feel like that really helps take the pressure off of someone.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel like they are obligated to do anything. And it's when they do want to try it, it's coming from a place of them actually wanting to try it. Even if it's just to make you happy. Like, that's really, I think, where some people fall short, is maybe their partner feels like, oh man, now like I feel like I have to do this in order to make you happy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have you guys tried anything since you had that conversation? How long ago was that?
Yes, that was, oh my gosh, I think it was almost 2 months ago, or like at least a month and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And it seriously, so right off the bat, she bought me a stuffed animal.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh my gosh. And just like her role play, like she'll do stuff like she'll be like, suck your thumb, honey. Like, just like get me into like little space. And I'm just like in heaven. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a dream. Like, our first attempt at it couldn't have gone any better. Like, it was not awkward at all.
Is she just a natural at it?
Oh yeah.
She's probably really nurturing in real life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. She takes care of me. Like, I appreciate her so much. Like, she does everything for me. She's the best.
That's amazing. So I don't know if you it sounds like you didn't have any awkwardness then.
No, none. Like, no awkwardness.
I mean, that's really amazing, honestly, because even when I first started role playing, well, when we started getting more into like the ABGL diapers and stuff, it was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, like the diapers were definitely like, I started out with good nights. We haven't done anything else. Like, just like good nights and a stuffed animal and just, you know, like role play.
Yeah.
But she made me put it on, and I was just like getting so embarrassed. And she's like, put it on. And like, I was definitely like, it wasn't awkward. I was just more like embarrassed at first, because it's just like,
you've never been seen like this before.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I try to be as manly as I can, you know.
Yeah.
Hit the gym. Yeah. And like, just her seeing me literally just in a diaper, like holding my stuffy.
How humiliating. But also hot.
Yeah. And,
it's that weird dichotomy of like being embarrassed but also turned on at the same time.
Yeah. And it was just like, in that moment, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is it. And when she was looking at me in my diaper, she was like, this is honestly, like, I think you look sexy. Like, this is hot.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. So I was just like, what?
Wow. You're like, I'm going to marry this girl.
Oh, yeah.
So now that you guys have the secret out in the open and you're trying things out, like, what's the feedback that you're getting from her? Does she seem to enjoy it? Does she like playing both roles, or does she prefer one role over the other?
Yeah. So I asked her, like, what do you like playing better? And she's like, I like both, but I think I know that so we also tried, like, I played the daddy role, and, you know, she was the little, I put her in good nights, and she loved it.
Yeah.
She was liking it. Yeah. I mean, like, I know that she likes to be dominated, so it kind of plays into that whole idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she, I mean, like, as of now, we're both loving it. We're just like excited to try more and just like indulge more in little space, but it
Yeah.
just takes time.
Speaking of that, how's the balance been so far? Do you guys have like specific times where you role play, or is it kind of like fluid and it comes and goes?
It's pretty rare, honestly. Like, so we both live at home still.
Oh, that makes
So
things a little complicated.
yeah, like getting time alone. Like we get time alone, but it's like our parents will be in the living room and like we're
Right.
up in my room. So it's like we have done some risky stuff before, but it's just like always in the back of your mind. You're like, oh shit, like what if somebody comes upstairs? Like,
Yeah.
but like we would definitely like to do more, but it's just a matter of timing. Like it'll work out once we eventually get our own place, and it'll be like, I think it's a good balance for now though. Like it's so rare that we enjoy it so much. Like we look forward to it because we don't get to do it all the time.
The anticipation is half the fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially when you're first starting out, it's like you're almost introducing like a new side to each other,
Mhm.
and you're getting to know that little side, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of good to have a little bit of separation and that anticipation, because the worst thing you could do probably is do it too often. I think that's what a lot of people do, is like they meet someone who also likes it and they're like, okay, like this is great, let's do this all the time. And then the other partner's like, well, hold up, like I got into a relationship with you as you are, and you know, like you still have to have that adult connection and that romance, that sexy time, right?
Yeah, like we do a great job of like separating the two. Like we can turn it on and off like in a snap. So
that's John, I'm just amazed, and I feel like this is actually one of the best success stories I've ever heard. I don't like, this is what ABDL dreams are made out of.
And seriously, like if you would have told me that this would happen like a couple years ago, I would have been like, you're crazy. Like, no.
You never thought you could have done it.
Oh, I mean, I was honestly like in my head, I was like, yep, I'm never going to tell anyone. This will just be my secret. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm good. Like, I'll just keep it to myself. And I was like, well, listening to all of your podcasts, like I would always listen, but in my head, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm telling anyone. Like, no. So to all the listeners out there, like I was 100% convinced, like I was not going to tell a soul. Like I was just going to keep this to myself. And it honestly took falling in love with the right person and just testing the waters, like, you know, joking around about needing diapers, just everything just, you know, helped me realize that I need to tell her for my sanity, you know, like I just needed to.
Even if she just knew about it, it would be a weight off the shoulders.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's really stressful to keep this inside and always wonder, like, well, what if she knew? And what if she found out on accident? Like, then what would she think? And, you know, I've been hiding this from her. And even though being ABDL is like a very small part of who we are, it's also a really important part.
Yeah.
And to be able to have someone who at least knows, like, about it is just, I mean, it's something to celebrate. And yours is like let's throw a freaking party right here. Because
I know, like on the drive home after I told her, I was just like, oh shit, just like screaming.
Did you think you were dreaming? Because I would have been like,
it didn't feel real. Like I honestly, it didn't really kick in. I'm just like, what the hell just happened? Like, is this real life? Like, oh my gosh.
And it sounds crazy. Like it really brought you guys closer together.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we are so much closer now. I honestly can tell her anything. Like I trust her with all my heart. It's perfect. I'm just loving it.
Well, John, I am so happy for you. Honestly, that is incredible. And after all that time, your hard work paid off, and you finally got the courage to tell her, and everything worked out. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on Dream a Little and sharing a bit about your story. And let's definitely keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Bye, John.
Bye.